Do you realize that men get angry when you out talk them? That your tongue is your weapon and that you can win the battle and still lose the war? The right word spoken by a good woman in a bad situation can make a man fly.
Mm.
You know how you are about your children, come hell or high water?
Right.
I'm down for you. Well, most of us had that with our mothers. And then we marry you. And we watch you give it to your children. And this is what I want you to understand. I'm not blaming you for where they're broken because they were probably broken in some way when you got them. I'm telling you how to minister to the brokenness without emasculating the patient. Okay? If you got a man that life has beaten and he comes home to a woman holding a whip, don't be angry when he looks beat down.
All right, good people. That is a message from the good pastor T.D. Jakes. All right. Now, this particular video has been shared all around social media. And I wanted to take a moment out to break down this video so that we as women can have a clearer understanding of what we are up against. So that we operate and date with intelligence. So that we are not being emotionally exploited and out here expecting certain things that simply will not happen because of the overall context behind some of this stuff. Now, keep in mind, men have been sharing this all over social media proudly because they believe that this is advocating for them. But I'm going to argue that it's exposing them. And it is exposing something that they did not want many women to know. Everybody wants to reveal their pain and then have the other person tiptoe around that pain or not bring attention to that pain, in which case this is causing undue burdens on each side. But on today, I'm going to break down this video and showcase how it's not necessarily advocating, but it's exposing something that I've been talking about for years. Now, in the first 15 seconds, I was with the good pastor. Okay? I was with the good reverend. He simply stated that women have the ability through their words to add value to a situation when a man is going through. Now, I'm not going to talk about the fact that he kind of ripped some of his philosophy, in my opinion, from words that I've heard uttered by speakers such as Shahrazad Ali, as well as Kevin Samuels. As women, we can provide a certain level of inspiration to our men that can help them to heal or see things from a different perspective. And in fact, they generally depend on us to kind of help them navigate some of their more difficult emotional challenges. But this is where it gets ugly.
You know how you are about your children, come hell or high water?
Right.
I'm down for you. Well, most of us had that with our mothers. And then we marry you.
After the first 15 seconds, I want you to listen to what he said. This is where it takes a turn for the worse. And you seen the look on that sister's face. Let me cue that up right quick, because she was in disbelief herself. That one kind of took me back a little bit. Now, I know that the good reverend was saying this with good intention in his heart, but I don't think he understood what he just said. What this man just said in this small amount of time is that men are unconsciously jealous of the love that he sees the woman heave on her child. Now, I know some of you right now are ready to click off. You're ready to go off. You're ready to troll. You're ready to snap. But listen to what he said.
You know how you are about your children, come hell or high water? I'm down for you.
He says clearly that the way that we love and nurture our children, the man gets that when he's with his mother, and then he marries us. And you seen the look on the sister's face. And then he marries us. And then he marries us. So then he goes and then he marries us. Wait a minute. Hold up. Back it up. Let me make sure I understand. So are you saying that he downgraded from the level of nurturing he was supposed to receive because he got the nurturing from his mother and then he married us and wasn't getting the nurturing that a small child would receive? No. I don't misunderstand. I know many are like, no, you see, you misunderstood. I didn't misunderstand a thing. This was very clear. The man said out of his mouth, the nurturing we got, most of us got that from our mothers, and then we married you. As if they lost something. My question then becomes, why would an adult male with a history, with adult responsibilities and challenges of an adult, expect to receive the same level of nurturing that he would get from his mother? Why would an adult male expect that? This then comes into question the level of thinking. See, this is where the exposure takes place. Up until this point, he was speaking like the normal dynamic between a healthy man and a woman. What he is describing is an unhealthy man. I'm going to go on. What he is describing is an unhealthy man. Because the level of nurturing that a child receives, okay, is because that child is at zero. They have a clean slate. They have nothing, nowhere to pull from. They are completely helpless. Underline the word helpless. Okay? They can't do anything for themselves. Their little arms and legs don't even move that well. They can barely stand up on the toilet really good. You got to get them a little seat and then you got to put the potty on there. So why on earth would nurturing a small child be the comparison point? I'm going to say this, comparison point for an adult man. He's describing an unhealthy masculine. He's describing an unhealthy masculine. Why must we tap into the nurturing of our motherhood in order to support our husbands? There's something severely wrong with that kind of thinking. It's very unhealthy and unproductive. Because see, what I'm going to tell you is, if my 2-year-old is running through the house and they fall and they bust their knee, oh, you got a boo-boo, kiss, kiss, kiss. All right, you're okay. You're okay. I'm going to do the mommy thing. If my 2-year-old running through the house and I say, hey, you're going to knock something over, don't knock that over. And then I go and the child keeps doing what they're doing, and then I spank baby's little hand. Now, let me put that in the context of a man. If the man come home and he's all frustrated and battered, and I'm there for my man and I'm listening to him and I'm giving him all the nurturing words and encouragements at the same level of my child, that's pulling on my mothering energy, not my wifely energy, right? But I give it to him anyway because he needs it, right? But then I also tell my man, hey baby, this gambling thing you got going on, this fantasy football thing, you're wasting the money in the household and it's causing problems. Hey, listen, I'm a grown man. I got this. I don't need you telling me how to spend our money. I paid the bills for this long. I know how to spend our money. And you go, okay, fine. Then he loses in fantasy football. And now you got to go find out how to get the money to keep that mortgage up. Now he's walking around like a wounded lion with his pride hurt. But if you say anything about it, you're wrong. You're emasculating him. You're disrespecting him. See, but what you must understand is when a woman take on a man like this, who need this type of intense amount of nurturing, she's taking on a man who is going to have ways like a child. He gonna be making mistakes like a child. He's gonna be fucking up like a child. And guess what? He ain't gonna want you to talk to him like a child, but it damn sure gonna want you to nurture him like a child when he needs it from you. Make that make sense. How is it that you think you can get an a la carte of the nurturing energy from your woman? Because, see, there's a nurturing energy that we give for our child. Because, again, they're starting at 0. But the nurturing energy that a broken man needs is at the same level as a small child. But you don't want to be disrespected. You don't want to be chastised. You don't want to be disciplined. You don't want that woman acting as an authority figure over her because you tell it you the authority figure over her. But you're making mistakes like a child. See, this is the implications that we're getting. This is telling us facts that this man has the same rambunctious spirit as a small child. I will take care of home. I will take care of my man. I will make sure things are orderly. I will be a good helpmate. But what I will not do is I will not play therapist. Okay? Even though y'all have been watching my videos for years and I got a good command on the understanding of psychological motivations and agendas and understanding people's shadows, etc., etc. When you are in a man and woman relationship, that is not how that works. Your man do not want you to be his psychoanalyst. Okay? Your man do not necessarily want you to be his spiritual healer either. He wants you to see, revere, and respect him and see him in the light of being a good and fervent leader. The reason why women get abused in situations like this is because he ain't looking to be seen as a child. But somewhere along the line, if you are giving him excessive nurturing, you're going to implicate to him that you see incompetence. And when a man is broken, sadly, he is going to depict characteristics of incompetence. This man knows that he is incompetent in ways, and this is why he becomes emotionally abusive, because he's frustrated with himself. Now, here is how the good pastor is sending you off, because he knows this very well. A man in an emotional state like this is not going to be a very good partner, no matter how much you nurture him, because something is deeply broken on the inside that we as women do not have the power to fix alone. He's sending you off. Check out this clip.
A lot of times when a man thinks you won't leave, he will abuse you because he is frustrated by life and circumstances, and he has to be polite to whom he doesn't know, but he feels free to attack you because he is attacking him. You treat your woman like you treat yourself.
And so what is a woman supposed to do? Sit there and take it? A lot of women of today are choosing not to. Yes, we are good women, but we ain't simping, pimping. Put it together. The good pastor is telling women to have compassion, okay, for the man who is broken and immature and not necessarily emotionally stable. But he also realizes that these same men are abusive and frustrated with themselves and take their frustrations out on women. So how are you going to say both in the same breath? You're sending these women completely off. And this is the makings of what female simping is all about. See, we're not devoid of being good women. No, stop the gaslighting. The truth is that we are good women who take care of home with boundaries. We are not accepting abuse and manipulation anymore. We want to be loved properly. Period. The simp woman will accept being dragged. And that's not where we are right now. What we are asking at this time is for men to choose to go to therapy and to develop the skill set to have the emotional vocabulary to deal with what's going on inside of him, but to nurture him like I would my man, my partner, my confidant, the person I look to for understanding, for direction, for guidance. Yes, men need somebody to talk to. We get that. But what's wrong with talking to someone who is professional? I can't always have the right answer, and nor should you expect that of me. So TD Jakes sending y'all off, and I'm calling Mr. TD Snakes out on his crap.